This week, the Lemons to Lemonade home flip is about to get personal. I picked up a fellow flipper's dad's 1970s Credenza. This thing is massive. It's heavy. It's previously painted. She asked $30 for this piece because no one in the family no longer wanted it. The goal is to take this hand-me-down from bulky and dated to a sleek, modern, luxury piece of furniture that looks like it costs the big bucks. Yikes, I'm in for a challenge. Let's go. Mother Nature is going to add her own sound effects in this week's video because it is currently pouring in Texas and it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. But that's all right. I'm out here working in the garage through it. Currently, pretty much every single inch of this Credenza has been painted. So I'm at a bit of a loss for what it's made out of. I know the date just by what the previous owner told me, and then some of the markings that are on it. So it still has the maker's mark on the inside. It says it's from National Office Furniture Company, which is pretty cool that it still has that. But I'm at a bit of a loss as to what to do to this one right now until I get a sander on it, because I don't really know what this is made of. So I don't know if the best route for this is to strip it and see what it started as, or if we should just paint it and make it look something brand new. So I'm not quite sure what direction we're gonna go with this one yet. I'm just gonna keep working on it and hopefully something will come to me. I have no hardware to remove today, so that means I can get right to the cleaning. I'm gonna use some simple green to get off any dust and grime that might be left behind. And I'm gonna see if I can get these drawers out of here. The previous owner decoupaged the inside of these drawers. So I've been out here with a heat gun trying to get this off of here. That's what I get for complaining about the peel and stick wallpaper that was in last week's drawers. Now we're gonna take it up a notch. If you need me, I'll be out in the garage forever trying to get this off. The leg on this, I noticed, is a little broken, so I flipped this over on its back so that I can Bondo this really well so I don't have to worry about this being an issue for the new owner. So let's mix our Bondo up. I answered my question pretty quickly once I started sanding this. I was doing just a little test area over there to see if I could figure out if this was solid wood or not. It is not. So there is no sense in stripping all of this down when what I have underneath is really not going to be usable for me to stain or anything like that. So what I need to do now is just smooth all of this out, make sure where the stencils are is nice and smooth, so I can go over this with the primer and we can start considering what we're going to paint this. So I've got a 120 on my sanding disc right here, and let's see if we can get this smooth. I'm going to have to prime this piece today because it has so many different things going on. We've got leftover paint, we have the wood underneath that has broken through in a few spots, we have some of the particle board that's showing up on some of the spots that have been sanded, and then we've got everything that I had to Bondo. So too many different surfaces to not have to prime this. I don't want anything bleeding through the new paint that we put on. So today I'm going to be using Lily Moon's Eclipse. This is her stain blocker primer. You can see it's pretty thick. I'm going to put this into my HVLP sprayer. I'll have to add just a little bit of water to it, and there are directions on this about how much water to add if you're going to spray it, so I'll make sure that I'll follow that. Let's get our sprayer ready to go. All right, so I've got 2 layers of primer on the project now. The nice thing about when I remember to add the liner to the sprayer is that anything that's left over, I can just put right back into the can and then just rinse this under some hot water to get my sprayer clean, because the primer is water-based, which is an added bonus. So I'm gonna get things switched around in my gun, and then we can figure out what we're doing with this project. I'm going to give this project just a light scuff sand to make sure all of the primer is laying flat and there's not any like little lumps and bumps that are going to show up in our next finish. And while I'm doing that, I'm thinking about what are we going to do. So here's sort of the options I was thinking through, and I got these on Pinterest last night. We can either paint this one color, obviously, put some handles on it and call it a day. We could try a faux wood finish on this, which might look interesting just because of the shape and the rounded corners that are on it. That's a possibility. Or we could do something really fun with the doors again. And that's a possibility, but we can try to make it like really nice and yet kind of cool and funky because we have this fun shape to play with. So that's option 1, 2, and 3. You guys are gonna have to tell me in the comments below which way you would have gone on this one. But while we think about that, I'm gonna get this scuff sanded and we can move on to the next part and see which way we go today. Okay, I decided, but I'm not going to tell you guys until we get a little further in the project and see if you can guess. So I'm going to use the color Lily Moon's, their opulent collection. It's called Sahara, like the desert. This is a brand new jar. It looks like this, and their opulent is an all-in-one. So it's got a built-in primer and a top coat, which will be perfect for this project. I'll get this put into my Wagner sprayer here and get a first few coats of this on and see what we think. So I got this textured roller on Etsy, and I thought this would probably create that idea that I saw on Pinterest pretty well. The only thing is that I don't have a lot of experience using a textured roller, so I'm going to use this a few times on some scrap cardboard that I have just to make sure that I've got the technique down before I do this on the actual doors. For my contrasting color, I'm going to use the color Latte, and this is again in Lily Moon's Opulent collection. It has a built-in top coat to it, so I'm not going to have to top coat this. It's nice to not have an extra step. Plus, since I'm doing something a little different with this one, I don't want to mess with it too much once that final paint layer is on, so that'll be nice as well. So this latte color should contrast really well with the brown that I already have on the piece. I'm going to line my big paint tray and then dump this in there. Now that my drawers are dry, I'm going to slide these back in, and I've got a fine grit sanding sponge. I'm going to take across the top of these and just knock down the white paint just a little bit so it's not just so contrasted on there, so it gives it more of like this lived-in feel to it. It's time to get the hardware back on these doors. Our hardware came in from Amazon. I'm still waiting on the drawer liners, but I'm really hoping they show up sooner than later because they're pretty cool and I want to include them in the video. But I decided to just go with these little basic top pulls on the top so it doesn't take away from the design that's on the front, so they'll blend in a little bit. Plus this one looks just like that Pinterest picture that I got the inspo from. So let's get these attached. Look what just came in at the last minute, and I was just about to put the finishing touches on this week's project, but the drawer liner came in. I think this is like the perfect finishing touch for this one. I really love how this funky 1970s piece got a whole new life. I know very well this is not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but I am just super thrilled that A, we saved it from the landfill, B, it got another funky fresh look. I'm really not sure what you would do with this because of the curves on it and the vibe of it. It just needed something funky and fun. I am definitely going to keep this roller handy. I have so many more ideas for this. If I was maybe doing this over, I might have painted it like teal and done this all over the body of the credenza. I'm not really sure, but that's one way I was thinking of going with it. I think this is going to be super cool in somebody's sort of like bar area or even an office. It definitely has a certain vibe to it. I'm excited to see if this is going to sell, how well it sells, and how many views this is going to have on Facebook Marketplace, because I think it's going to do really well on views, but it might take just a little bit to find the right home to put it in. I don't know, we'll see. I always keep you guys posted over on the community tab. Right now, I think it's just called posts. You can find that under my personal page, Lemons to Lemonade Home. And if you scroll over on some of the tabs, I think it says post, and you can see down there, I list my sales, when they sell, and how much they sell for. So you can always keep up with your favorite projects. I'm sure this one will be on there sooner than later. At least let's hope so. You guys are going to have to let me know in the comments below what you thought of this one. Do you love it? Do you hate it? What did you think of today's flip? What would you have done different? I would love to know. I always love your inspiration and help as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in as always. And you know I've got another fun flip coming your way next week. Yes, next week I'm finally doing the hutch top from the viral hutch video. Right now it's got over 643,000 views on it, and we're gonna tackle the hutch top next week. You don't want to miss it. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time on Lemons to Lemonade Home.